Hey guys, welcome back to Builds by Maz. In this video, I'll be showing you how to install an exhaust fan in your bathroom or anywhere else in your home where you may need one. Let's get started. I'll be using this Broan 688 model, which is pretty common and only costs about $35. Here you'll see just about everything you need for the project. You have the actual bathroom fan, a few feet of 3-inch flexible ducting, and a roll of duct tape, which will help to secure it. You'll also need a hole saw, and I got a 4-inch size because the vent cover that I'm using requires a 4-inch hole. Then lastly, because the fan uses a 3-inch duct and I have a 4-inch hole, I got a 3 to 4-inch converter. When unboxing the fan, there's just a couple pieces inside. You have the actual housing with the fan motor, and then you have this cover, which is the only piece that will be visible with the finished product. So step 1 is we need to remove this motor from the housing. You can see it's attached on the side by this little flap right here. All you've got to do is push it in until it's inside the housing, and you should be able to pull this whole fan assembly out. And now we're left with just the housing. Next we'll remove this corner piece with the receptacle. You can see it's attached on the side with these little clips right here, but really all you need to do is push in and pull upwards, and you should be able to slide the whole thing out. Next, if you look on the edges of the housing, you'll see these pre-cut tabs here. These are meant to be folded down at 90 degrees. Go ahead and fold down all 4. This will give you the correct installation spacing, so there's just enough room here for the ceiling drywall, so the fan will sit flush against the ceiling. One thing I forgot to mention you'll need is a 3/8 inch clamp connector, and you'll only need one of these. These are pretty easy to use. First, you'll just unscrew this ring from the threads. Insert the clamp into the hole in the corner of the fan housing, flip it over, and reattach the ring on the other side, which will secure the whole clamp into place. This will hold the electrical wires so nothing can become accidentally disconnected, and we'll get more into that later. When positioning the fan, ideally you want this exhaust port facing the wall where you'll be running your ducting to. But because my joists are running in this direction, I'll have to mount the fan like this, and then just curve the ducting 90 degrees until it exits the wall. On the side of the housing, you'll see these 2 brackets where you can mount the fan onto a couple of screws. Note those 2 tabs that are folded out. You press those against the bottom of the joist, and that'll give you the height where you need to mount your screws. I marked off the drill locations, and I'll be using these 1.5 inch screws to hold up the fan. I drilled the 2 screws in about 90% of the way, and then just slid the fan bracket over it to make sure everything fit properly. This is just a test fit, and we'll take it back off to install the ducting. I bought this 8-foot section of ducting on Amazon that came with these 2 worm clamps. It seemed to be good quality. The only issue was the opening was slightly smaller than I needed it to be. I cut a small notch on one end so I could fit it over the exhaust port on the bathroom fan. Most 3-inch ducts should fit right over it, and I'm not sure why this one didn't. But not a big deal, I made it work and secured it in place with this duct tape. Make sure there are no gaps and that everything is completely sealed off. I then used one of the worm clamps and cinched it down around the end of the ducting. These are really strong and will make sure the ducting never comes loose. I then reinstalled the fan box and routed the ducting towards the wall where the air will be exhausted to. Once it was in place, I trimmed off a bit of the excess ducting. Behind this insulation is the exterior wall where I need to cut my exhaust hole. I attached the 4-inch hole saw to my drill, and it cut really well through this exterior siding, making a perfect hole. I also cut a path through the insulation so the ducting could be in a straight line towards the hole. For my exterior vent cover, I got this design that has 2 separate doors, which is great for forming a good seal and keeping out bugs or pests. For installation, there are these 4 divots marked on the back side, and you can start by drilling completely through them. Now this does come with a metal tube which you would normally install here, but instead I'm putting in my 4 to 3 inch adapter. I attach the adapter using this Gorilla super glue. This stuff has a ton of holding power, and I put it all around the perimeter, so I wasn't worried about it ever coming loose. The adapter fits snugly, and I wiped off a bit of the excess glue from the other side. Also, make sure to keep this door open until the glue dries so you don't accidentally glue it closed. As an added measure, I also used a couple pieces of this duct tape to help hold the adapter in place. This is how the exhaust hole looked from outside my home. To install the vent cover, just slide it into the hole and then drill pilot holes in the same spots where we drilled through the cover earlier. Finally, attach it to the house using the 4 included screws. Check to make sure that both flaps open properly and that nothing is stuck. This is a great design. It has this little magnet here, so it holds the door closed when the fan isn't on. I then used some exterior caulk all around the edges of the cover. Here's the view from the inside, and you can see that the door easily pushes open. I couldn't film this next step in this tight area, but I attached the other end of the ducting the same way as shown before. I used duct tape all around it and cinched it down with the other worm clamp. Now we can work on the wiring. Feed in a 12-2 cable from the top, and we'll secure it down by tightening the screws on the clamp we installed earlier. Now there's no chance of the cable coming out and becoming disconnected. Cut and remove the outer yellow jacket from the cable. Then strip the ends from the white and black wires so your setup looks like this. You have your black hot wire, your white neutral, and the bare ground wire. You can then connect these to the wires from the little receptacle portion of the fan box we took out earlier using simple wire nuts. It should look like this. You've got the white connected to the white, the green connected to the ground, and the black connected to the black. You can then bunch the wires back into the corner and we'll slide this cover back into place. These tabs on the side just slide up into these cutouts on the housing. Next we'll reinstall the fan motor. Insert the tabs on one side and then push the other side up until you hear it click into place. Make sure to also plug in this power cable. Lastly, we can install the fan cover. This won't go on until drywall is done, but I'll show you how to do it anyway. There are these 2 prongs on the back side which lift up from the grill, and then you can squeeze them together, allowing you to insert it into the fan housing. You can see these 2 narrow slits at either end of the housing. You're basically just sticking the ends of the prongs up into that, and then letting go, and the tension will hold it into place. Once you have both sides inserted, you can push the whole cover upwards, and you'll get a tight fit against your ceiling. But that's the last step. Once you get your power hooked up, everything should be good to go. Here's how it looks on a finished ceiling, and this is the noise level of this model. You should also double check that when the fan is running, that your exhaust cover stays open. You can also paint this cover like I did, so it blends in with the rest of the house. But that's it for today's video. Be sure to subscribe to see more home improvement projects, and we'll see you next time.